Do you think people like Jason Chaffetz and others who were these sort of inquisitors of yours, do you think it was fully bad faith? Which is to say, if they took a truth serum, they would be like, yeah, there's not much here? Or do you think they convinced themselves that they were on the track with this email, for instance, of some huge scandal?
I think the leaders, it was totally bad faith.
That was Hillary Clinton tonight being asked about former House Oversight Chairman Jason Chaffetz, who aggressively investigated Secretary Clinton's use of a private email server while Secretary of State. And he just happens to be joining us now for a reaction. Jason Chaffetz, he is now a Fox News contributor, and I believe you're in Boston tonight. So thank you for joining us. Did you expect to get a shout-out tonight from Hillary Clinton?
It is a bit surreal sometimes to hear her talk like that. Look, there were 4 Americans who were killed in a terrorist attack. And the night of that attack, she told the Egyptian prime minister the truth. She told her daughter the truth, and she lied to the American people. That's in part what started this. It was also an inspector general who found that Hillary Clinton was housing classified information in a non-classified setting. They're the ones that started this. We, as the Oversight Committee, continued that investigation. And what Hillary Clinton told the American public in a series of statements that turned out to be totally false, she perpetuated the story and her own problem. She eroded the confidence in the American people that she had this ability to lie to the American people, and it just eroded her credibility. She did that unto herself. It wasn't somebody like Jason Chaffetz or Trey Gowdy or somebody else who was out there playing gotcha. We just helped to hold people accountable, and she couldn't handle the truth.
It is interesting to me that in this book, what happened, she walks right up to the line of taking responsibility for things, but just can't quite make herself do it.
She can't. She can't get there. She doesn't understand it. Remember, this whole email scandal, it was Hillary Clinton on the very day that she started her Senate confirmation. She set up the server. It was her staff that did that. Do you think that was really a coincidence? Or do you think maybe that was the mindset that really started this whole series of events?
I always thought that it was remarkable because I worked in the Bush administration from October 2001 until the end. I didn't even have a personal email address until after I left the White House. It never would have occurred to me because I knew that it was wrong and you could possibly lose your clearance and it was illegal and all of those things. Let me ask you, though, because some people are trying to compare apples to apples here with a news story that is out. There's been a development tonight, even additionally to what we knew earlier. The New York Times reporting that up to 6 of the president's top aides have been using private email to do government business. Let's take a listen to what Hillary Clinton had to say about Jared Kushner and his emails.
Now we have this story about Kushner and apparently others in the White House. And I am waiting to see the outrage on the part of Republican members of Congress about this. And you will not see it.
I can understand where she's trying to go with this, but I do not see it as the same thing. And I wonder if you, since you were the investigator, how do you see it?
Well, it is wrong if somebody set up their own private email or used private email. In the case of Jared Kushner, we're told that it's less than 100. But look at what Chairman Trey Gowdy, a Republican from South Carolina, and Elijah Cummings, the Democrat from Maryland, sent a joint statement to Don McGahn, the White House General Counsel, saying, give us an accounting of everybody at the executive level there that is using personal email. And I can tell you personally, as a former member of Congress, the former chairman, if they're doing that, it also is wrong.
One of the things that Kushner's lawyer says that they would, if they did government business on personal email, that they also forwarded it to an email address that would be captured by the Presidential Records Act, so that they are, and this is their words, saying that they are in compliance with the law.
Well, so it's incumbent upon the Oversight Committee to actually hold them accountable to doing that. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what we did with Hillary Clinton, although still to this day, there are tens of thousands of records that she has not turned over. It's not even her responsibility to do it. It's the State Department. That still hasn't happened. I'm disgusted that there are nearly 200-plus people at the State Department that are still under an open investigation, that still have a degree of security clearance, even though they're under investigation by the State Department for traversing in classified information in a non-secure setting. But that is so different than Hillary Clinton, who set up her own server and domain name on the very day that she started her Senate confirmation. And so in what she said tonight about, oh, where's the outrage? is factually incorrect and she's misinformed because Trey Gowdy today actually sent a letter to the White House.
All right. Well, we will continue to follow it. The thing that bothers me is that there's always this sense that politicians think that they can be above the law. And the rest of us
She's the victim. Once again, Hillary Clinton is just the victim, and it's just disgusting. It
All right,
really
Congressman.
is.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
When we